I think people get kind of lazy with the breakfast sandwich. And in my sandwich, you're gonna get a bite of every single thing in every single bite. And that is my goal, for it to be exactly the same all the time, just as consistent as like In-N-Out Burger. Like, you're gonna get the same sandwich every time.
Today on Hungry in LA, we're checking out one of my favorite breakfast sandwiches, and it doesn't come from a restaurant, it actually comes from this fire escape.
I know.
It's just in.
To me, it's like, I'm not scared of this shit at all, but then I get other people up here, they're like, what the f are you doing out here? This is what you do?
Yeah,
this is my restaurant, this is my kitchen. My name is Cara Haltiwanger, and I'm from Alabama, but I've lived out here in California for about 21 years. And I'm a chef here in Hollywood. I do pop-up restaurants, I make hot sauce, and I make breakfast sandwiches.
Cara's culinary journey started out as a bartender cooking at places she was bartending. One of the most popular dishes was the breakfast sandwich.
So I was doing breakfast sandwich pop-ups like 3 to 4 times a week at different coffee shops around town, which allowed me to quit bartending and just focus on my food full-time. And right when that happened, like right when I quit bartending and started doing food full-time, the pandemic happened.
All of her coffee shops closed down, so she had to pivot and work from home.
My inspiration was George Motes, who is a burger guy. He lives in Brooklyn, and he, during the pandemic, was throwing sandwiches down a burger slide from his house. And that inspired me to do the bucket drop, because I have this really cool New York style fire escape. So I was like, why don't I just take a bucket and pulley system and throw them down a bucket off of my fire escape.
Cara started doing that within the first few weeks of the pandemic, and it just started taking off, gaining a lot of attention from local press and even a national late night host.
It's a restaurant owner in East Hollywood, not far from where we are, came up with a creative way to serve customers. Her place is called Calabama, and they are now serving from her 4th floor apartment.
Jimmy Kimmel's a big foodie and fan of LA food, so he put me in his monologue, and that is when everything started going viral, and that is when I got all my celebrity following as well.
Calabama gained an incredible following from locals to foodies to even celebrities wanting a taste at one of LA's best breakfast sandwiches. So what's in this highly sought after breakfast sandwich that has all of LA showing up at a fire escape to catch a bucket drop?
So what is in the breakfast sandwich is bacon, egg, cheese, grilled onions, and avocado, and it's served with a side of my Calabama dipping sauce, which is a sweet and spicy hot sauce that has like all the flavors of breakfast. It gives you all that like nostalgic breakfast vibes, and it's very grilled with like a garlic aioli on the outside. This is from these girls right here. They're so sweet. And this is my Carhartt apron.
I'm in the kitchen with Cara, and I could see there's a lot of thought that goes into these breakfast sandwiches.
I take my homemade mayonnaise and I season it up with garlic and some paprika and cayenne, and that is on the outside. That's a pretty one. I like to cut the edge off right there so you get, it's easier to cut it by cutting the top off. I like the bacon to be nice and crispy, so it's very well done as well. But yeah, layering it flat is super important. So I put the avocado on one side, the onions on the other. I use a high heat oil, like a mix of grape and olive. And then you just pour it in, oil, let the curds start forming. Now I've already got my bacon and stuff on one side, and now we fold it to get ready to grill. Some people have accused me of burning it, but it don't ever taste burnt. Everybody's always asking me about the bread too. The bread is plain old white bread, and in fact, it is bimbo bread. And if you're from Los Angeles, you know what bimbo bread is. It's a high
It's a Mexican household.
Exactly, thank you.
Find bimbo, yeah, I remember
it's right
that.
Here.
Yep.
Even a little more, but yeah, that's pretty much done. Once the cheese has started melting down the sides and it's completely brown from corner to corner, and you get that sound, that's the sound. I don't like the sandwich to get smushed either, so I kind of poke it. And I don't want everything to fall out the damn side, so you gotta be really careful.
The Calabama Bucket Drop is an incredible breakfast sandwich, and paired with its namesake hot sauce, it's easily one of the best bites in LA.
See, I get rope burn. This is 3.5 years of dropping the bucket. Wow.